So another series I saw this year was the sixth season of The Crown. The last five episodes were recently released, and it's basically a show that chronicles the life of Queen Elizabeth from her reign to the throne in 1947 all the way to modern times. What's unique about this show is every two seasons they change the cast. It was primarily written by one writer, Peter Morgan. It's won over 21 Emmy Awards, and I've really enjoyed watching The Crown, especially the later seasons, where you get to see the role that the British monarchy played in modern times. Being from a country that was once colonized by the British Empire, I'm curious about the impact of that legacy in the modern times, and that was my entry point. But I think watching this show, I realized that there's a huge responsibility to be part of that particular family that is still ruling over England in the form of the official monarchy. They're not responsible for creating policies and programs, but they do have to present a very positive public image, attend a lot of public events, and their life is always in the limelight. And because of this, several things happen in their personal lives that they are not able to share with the world. For instance, Prince Charles and Princess Diana went through a very difficult marriage that became very public very soon, and it had an impact on both their children and the family itself. And this was the family that would give the country two future kings, right? So, though Queen Elizabeth was able to take up this role with complete sincerity for a really long time, it did impact the rest of her family. And Peter Morgan really takes you into these houses, into these castles, into the minds of these characters. In the sixth season, we look at how it impacted one of the most famous members of this family, Princess Diana. And in the second half of this season, we look at how it impacted her kids. Another book I reviewed this year was Harry by Prince Harry, about how he gave up his role in the British monarchy and decided to move to another country, whereas his brother stayed back and decided to take up the throne. Um, Overall, I think it does throw and shed a lot of light on the negative aspects of being in such a powerful role, and having all that responsibility, and how every move of your life can be scrutinized in such a scary and detailed way. Um, and I highly recommend watching The Crown, not only because it helps you understand the history of a country in post modern times, but it also shows you how even the most powerful family in the world can have the same problems that even a normal family will face, like health, personal crisis, financial crisis, losing your loved ones, going through economic turmoil, and so much more. So it's a series I highly recommend watching. It'll teach you a lot about history, but also teach you a lot about human relationships. And that's my review of The Crown.